My LS400 has quite a few issues, so today we're going to be fixing one of them. We're replacing the radiator today. This is probably going to be a long one, so let's get right into it. You're going to want to remove your intake, just one bolt there, and it comes off. Forgot to mention, we are also replacing our thermostat. Already got the intake off. We're going to want to come under the car and disconnect this hose, this hose, this hose, and there's a sensor back here as well. Make sure before you disconnect those hoses to drain your radiator. It took a lot longer than I'd like to admit, but we finally got all those radiator hoses off. Now we can come to the top where we need to disconnect this bracket, and this hose. Once you get all those out, you can just pull your radiator straight out. All right, now onto the thermostat. We've got this bolt here, which is a 17, and these two 12s right there. To get those off, we can see our thermostat, use a screwdriver, something to just kind of pop it out like that. If any coolant spills, just like what happened to me, you're gonna wanna take a rag and wipe down all your pulleys and belts. Once you get your old thermostat taken out, all that's left to do is put this little gasket around it. It goes on just like that, and you see that little brass circle at the top? You want to make sure that is up, so that way your coolant bleeds properly. Then put that hose back on, and those bolts get torqued down to 13 foot-pounds. After that, take the bolt for the top of the thermostat, and there's a little gasket that comes with it. Put that new gasket on and tighten that down to 33 foot-pounds. Once you get your radiator taken out, there are a few things you're going to want to take off. First one is the fan shroud, which is just 4 10mm bolts. Second one is a little plug down there. I've already moved that over right there. And then last thing are these two bushings at the very bottom of the radiator. Once you get all that done, you can put your new radiator in. There's two bushings at the bottom. You got to make sure they're lined up, and then bracket here, and we are good. Then you want to reattach this hose right there, and then reattach all your hoses on the bottom, as well as that connector. Starting to get dark now, but all that's left is to put your intake back on with this one 10mm bolt here, and then we can get to filling up the coolant. Now, before doing anything with the coolant, we want to take the car, turn it on without getting the engine to crank, turn your temperature. You want to turn it on the highest temperature at the lowest setting and just let it run for a little bit like this. And while your car is on but not running, you're going to want to come over here, fill up your coolant until it reaches that full line underneath there. And once your reservoir is filled with coolant, you're going to want to idle your car with the cap off for 10 minutes. Once it's idling, you're going to want to make sure that you leave that reservoir cap off and just top it up every now and then as it goes down while the air bleeds out. Let the car idle for 10 to 15 minutes. You're going to want to put the reservoir cap back on, and you're going to want to race it, which is kind of keeping it between 2,000 and 3,000 RPM for about 5 minutes. Once you're done racing the car, fill up the coolant one more time after it cools back down. You are done.